Chapter 3: Common Problems Faced by New Freelancers, Tips and Solutions. We all react to new situations and scenarios differently based on our backgrounds, ability to adapt, and numerous other factors that make up who we are. The transition from full-time work to freelancing is one of those times in a professional life we feel like we've been thrown in the deep end of the swimming pool without a game plan to get out of the pool from the other end. This question is one many freelancers, newbies, and to be honest, seasoned professionals ask of themselves during their career. Before simply diving into freelancing, you need to determine what you expect from yourself as a freelancer should you decide to make the switch. To help out, below are some common scenarios you might find yourself in as a freelancer professional, and how you can remedy that situation or feeling if it's a negative one, or thrive upon it in times of affluence. Working time zone. My clients are always in completely different time zones. How do I manage this? As in the nature of the freelancing game, there are plenty of opportunities to connect with employers from all corners of the globe. This, of course, means that you'll get fantastic experiences dealing with new clients and a whole range of cultures set different to that of your own. However, it also means that to do so, you're going to have to deal with clients across various time zones, completely estranged from your own. The way most freelancers handle this is with common sense planning, a compromise. There's no point getting up at 3 a.m. to discuss a project with a client. You and the client must discuss the project at a time which falls somewhere accessible by both of you. If it's 8 a.m. your time and 5 p.m. the client's time, then this is still a workable time frame. A mutual compromise on time zone management is the best way to get things done in this scenario. However, if this all just seems too hard for you, focusing your market effort on a handful of time zones that falls around yours can also work. By servicing a distinct array of countries which form the major of your client base, this is not only more comfortable for you, but helpful due to the familiarity your clients are likely to have with your portfolio of previous work. I recommend this option if you feel you need to get your wet feet or want to build a strong semi-local client base. I'm constantly dealing with multiple currencies and I find it challenging. As you're going to be dealing with multiple locals, you might expect that you may have to deal with multiple currencies. Right, not necessarily. In the freelancing world, the US dollars is widely accepted as a transaction constant for any client, and it's something you can utilize to your advantage depending on which location you are based. However, keep a close eye on currency rates because there's significant financial instability across many nations at the moment, and you need to look at what the US dollars actually convert to in your local currency. Sometimes you may see a variance of up to 10%, which on large projects can really hurt your bottom line. Make it clear. To counter this, I've seen contracts that take a couple of different approaches. Firstly, you simply define that you only deal in your local currencies and provide a local representation of what the value of the project will be in both the client's local currency and in US dollars. Secondly, I've seen conditional contracts being sent in that will offer a choice of currency based on the closest value to the given USD amount or local amount. These options are both becoming more common as we see more instances of payment uncertainty among freelancers. Financial management. I've got a large incoming cash flow at the moment. Let's go spend it. Freelancing, like small businesses, operates in waves of ups and downs. Sometimes it rains dollars. Other times, you will be lucky to get a drop. But in the event that you are catched up, don't head straight to the shop or buy that fancy watch or pieces of jewelry, at the least not initially. Most seasoned freelancers will advise that it's a good idea to keep some backup cash in an account to manage the diarrhea periods. The first chance you get to do this, you should take it up, even if it's only a few $1,000s. This can really last for you for a long time when nothing else is coming up. And to be perfectly honest, almost all freelancers experience this at some times, no matter how long they have been in the business. Watch the cash flow. By ensuring you keep a watchful eye on your incoming cash flow and don't get tempted to spend your waterfall each time they come in, you're going to be much better off. That's not to say you should never spend them, but I recommend only doing so a few times a year so that you have that backup in place to protect your well-being. The unfortunate reality of fancy watches or jewelries is that they look great, feel great, and should be sometimes you strive to reward yourself with if that's your vibe. But they don't buy groceries, so play it sensible. Try to put it in income generating investments, including yourself, and you'll be okay. Manning the counter. I love being my own boss, but it can be tiring. Being your own boss is for many freelancers one of the most compelling reasons they make the switch to freelancing. However, it can be tiring. It can take you away from your specialization, which in many cases is why you pursued freelancing in the first place, and it will force you to make tough decisions for your business. If you're a person who is detail oriented, this is a great thing. However, it can also be a major downside if you don't use that strength to your advantage. For example, if you're someone who places a great deal of pride in delivering the clients a top-notch result, that's fantastic. However, if you are a person who can't deliver this without running yourself into the ground and achieving it without making a profit, then this is problematic. Jack and Jill of all trades. As a freelancer, you need to be able to deliver top-notch work, manage financials, marketing, and client transaction, and you need to do this efficiently. The best way to become a great freelancer boss is to take a good hard look at your strength, your business, and what you can achieve in the available time you have. Because you've most likely got commitments with friends, family, you have to be realistic that freelancing isn't necessarily a job for one person. Connect with your professional network, outsource a bookkeeper, subcontract freelancers so you can bid on large projects. Hire a freelancer with marketing skills on a semi-regular basis and free up your time to focus on delivering great client work. It may take some time to get the balance right, but you're doing so, you will avoid burnout and deliver better service for your clients. I've lost my work-life balance. It's very commonplace that freelancers will isolate themselves, work too hard, and forget to keep a balance in their life. If this is you, don't worry. You just have to be actively aware you're doing this and take a couple of time steps. For example, if you work from home, have a change of scenery by working in a co-working place, public library, or even a suitable coffee shop to change things up. If you are most likely going to be mobile, work somewhere near a friend's workplace so you can meet them for lunch. Go for a run in the morning for work. Cook yourself a really fantastic lunch at home or walk down the road to a local coffee shop to break up your day. Make real-world connections for business. As a freelancer, you have to be actively aware that you need to start reaching out. Although there are tremendous opportunities online for freelancers, you need to balance that with real-world interactions. By taking the time to balance your freelancing life, you're also much more likely to meet new clients, especially in places like co-working space. Develop a whole new subset of friends and really expand your horizons. Most freelancers don't realize the fantastic opportunities they have been given via their flexibility. So take the chance to really work it. Conclusion: freelancing is a very great way to follow your passion and earn a living. But there is a major difference between freelancing full-time and working for private enterprise. enterprises. The great news is that many have walked in your footsteps before, and there's a great deal of information out there on how to become a successful freelancer. Plus, what you can do to get the most out of yourself by recognizing a common area that freelancers tend to find challenging and developing solutions that help you overcome these obstacles. You're going to really help yourself dive into the pool of sharks as a freelancer professional and come out ahead.